the desire to grow. Welcome to the show. Podcast link in the description or the bio above. I know we talked a lot about you working and a lot about entrepreneurship and what you're doing, but how do you kind of balance now being a restaurant owner, now 2 restaurants at such a young age, and also leisure time? Like, for example, you coming here right now to do a podcast with me, how do you kind of balance that all out?
Yeah, no, 100%. And this is something I kind of wish I knew earlier, and maybe it's something like I would tell like other entrepreneurs as well, is like balance is like everything. And it's like there's a really good quote that came out recently where it's like the problem is that we all think that we have time, where it's like, you know, at the end of the day when you take a step back out of all of this, you just realize like, you know, how valuable life is and how important it is to just be living today and just be breathing and just being able to, like, you know, walk and talk and think. So it's like, you know, you just gotta take a step back sometimes, where it's like I was just reflecting for my last year, and I was like, man, like, yeah, the business did well, whatever, it was a good, solid, strong first year, but when I think about the memories, like, I don't remember too much of like what my Saturday and Sundays meant. I just remember like it was busy as hell, and like we worked and like crazy, and we got through it, and like it was a good sales days and whatnot. But thinking about like the memories that I made like outside of work, where it's like, yo, I didn't really have much memories. A lot of my buddies would be like, you know, come out and let's go party, and like there'd be times where you would even ask me to come on and whatnot, but I just wasn't available. I wasn't even like, you know, a lot of times my buddies even stopped asking me to come out because they were like, you know, he's busy at the restaurant, whatever. So like that's when we realized, I was like, you know what, take a step back, enjoy those memories, enjoy those times, because at the end of the day, if I come out on a Saturday night and I go party and then have a good time and build those memories with my friends or my family, the next day, yeah, sure, I'll be a little bit tired at work, but even if I stayed at home and I slept properly and whatever, I'll still be tired at work. Like, regardless of what happens, I was always tired anyway. So it's like, just be a little bit more tired, and you can catch up on sleep like even after work, right? So it's the beauty of it being done at 3 p.m. I can just catch up on sleep later. But it's like, you know, it's making those memories is key. So it's like, when you get into the entrepreneurship world and start your own business, so you get so dedicated and devoted into it, just like I'm sure like you are in this whole podcasting, like you know, you're spending every second, every minute towards this to think of ways to improve, think of new people that you can call and whatnot. But it's like, you know, sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just realize, like, you know, do I want to spend the next hour spending on my business and help it do better, and even though I spent the last 23 hours doing that, or do I spend this next hour just to, you know, just chill out with my family or chill out with my friends and make some memories, like, you know, outside of work. So that's where it's like, maybe realize where it's like, yeah, take a step back. Like, you never know, like, what if you're not, you know, alive the next day, and like you literally spent the last, you know, 100 days just working. So it was like, you know, it's like enjoy life at the same time. So it's just like enjoy life and enjoy those small things in life, and don't make your business your everything. Obviously, it does take a lot of support and it does take a lot of effort in the beginning, but don't make it like your everything, because like at the end of the day, the business may not survive the next day or may not happen, but you're still there. So it's like you should still, you know, work towards yourself, make those memories, and work on like things like your physical self and your mental self and your memories with your friends and colleagues and like your family, right? So that was like a big eye-opener for me that I learned in the past year, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's huge, because I feel like so many people get contained with just following their grind, and sometimes the balance, I feel, helps you too. Like, people think like if you spend less time on your work, that's going to detract from your work, but the balance will sometimes make it better, because your mindset's more stable, you'll feel happier, and that happiness will go towards the work in a way too, right?
100%.
So it's kind of like you're transitioning what you're doing of grinding, but you're not balancing your life, and that affects your happiness, right, too, in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you think of like a bodybuilder, like if they spend 72 hours consistently at the gym, like without any sleep, like by the end of the 72 hours, they're going to be feeling like absolute garbage, and they're probably not going to be able to lift anything, versus someone that's kind of balanced it out, you know, 12 hours workout, 12 hours sleep, or whatever it is, 12 hours rest, they'd perform 10 times better than the person that was 72 hours straight, right?
Exactly, yeah. Thank you for tuning in on this short clip. The full episode is now available on Spotify and other platforms. Link will be in the description. This episode is quite interesting. We talked to one of my close friends, Sid, who is only 25 and has already opened his second restaurant. But he didn't take the direct path. He actually went to school, had a stable full-time job, and he decided to drop all that and start a restaurant. So he has quite an interesting story, and if you enjoyed this clip and you're curious to hear more, definitely check out the podcast. I'll see you guys next time.